Alright, in this video we are going to see how to create this PSD into HTML. So this is the PSD, or you can say I have converted to image. And just to give you the overview, this is going to be the episode number 12. As you can see, we have already completed some 11 episodes. This is going to be the responsive one. And what the responsive means is, if you see, this is the desktop screen, and the same design, or you can say it will be in a different view for the mobile. So it would be two view. So we are going to see how to use media query as well. Fine, now let me give you the overview. We are going to use a container, and this container is going to have the background image, and then we are going to have a row, and inside the row this is going to be the first column, and this is going to be the second column. So the column, we will make the width as 50%, or let's say 40%, and 60%. We'll use this column, first column, with width 40%, and this column will have a box inside it. So with the box we can give the border radius so that it looks some, instead of sharp edge, it is slightly blunt, or you can say the rounded corner. And inside the box we are going to have the text. Let's say this is going to be H4 and this is going to be H3. This is going to be paragraph, and then we have a button with the phone number. So that's all for this overview. Let's get into the work. Let me remove all the CSS and start from scratch. So if you wish to follow, I would recommend you to follow with me. So if you wonder how to get the images, I'll leave the images in the description, as I do for all the previous videos. Let me show you what the head has. It has the internal style sheet. Sorry, this is the external style sheet. So this is the style sheet. I have linked it on the head section, and then we have the font awesome icon, and this is not required. And then we have the text called Roboto. So this is the font called Roboto. Fine. Now, as we mentioned, or as we discussed on the overview, let's start coding. Container. Inside the container we need row. Inside the row we need column. Let me give col 40, and this is going to be col 60, and col 60 is going to be blank. And let's make the col 40. Inside the col 40 we need box. Inside the box we need H3, call us, and then we need H2. So I have typed the text. As you see, we have used the line break, and then we need paragraph, and this paragraph is 15 text long. So type lorem, then 15 tab, so you get the 15 text, 15 words. And then we have button. Inside the button we have phone number. This is not my phone number, I am just making it random. Fine. Now let's style it. We have container. Inside container we have row. Inside row we have col 40, and then col 60. Let me type this at the top because it is one time use. Then after the col 40 we have box, not after, inside, and inside the box we have H3. Then we have H4. Then we have paragraph. Then we have button. So whenever you style, you should follow this hierarchy, so this will avoid the CSS overriding issue. So CSS overriding issue is common we are just looking at the one section of PSD, there would be almost 6 to 8 section like this. To avoid overriding, we make this kind of hierarchy. So I would suggest you to do this, but since it is taking so much space, what I'll do is I'll just remove for this video, but I would recommend you to follow the hierarchy which I have shown you. Since I have only one section, I'm just removing it so that it looks less code. Fine. Now let's work on the container. Before working on the container, I have chosen all the element with the help of star selector, and I have given the font family Roboto. So this Roboto is connected over here. Fine. So I need the, so let me see how the HTML looks like. Control O, it will open the file explorer, and this is the HTML. Fine, you can see. Now we have a container. Let's have the container background image. On the img folder, we have, let's take X5, URL img/x5. So if I refresh, this is how it looks. We need to blur this. So in this video I'll show you how to blur this. Actually I should have done it earlier, but that's alright. Let me get the image on the desktop. Over here, let's choose this one. So you press U. U is for rectangle. Press U and just drag it over and change the fill to black, and select the shape and reduce the opacity. So that seems alright. Now just export it. So select this, it will be available on the download folder, and then just place it inside your image. Replace this file. Now you should see. Let's see whether the image, yeah, image is there. X5. Refresh this. Cool, you got it. Now let's keep the minimum height of 600 pixel. 700 pixel is the minimum, so this would be of 700. Fine, that's not an issue. And on all the element, I'm just removing the margin and padding. So if you see, this space will get disappear. Cool. Now we have a row, so we use the padding for the row. For top and bottom 15 pixel, for left and right 50 pixel. So if I refresh, so you can see on top, left and right we have 50 pixel. So we'll discuss top later on. And we will have display flex, and then we'll use a width of 60% and a width of 40% as we discussed. Now if I refresh, so let's give the align items center, and then justify content center. So by this it won't work. You can see, we want, if we want this to be at the center, what you have to do is you have to give height to the flex container. So let me make this as, let's say 500. Cool, now you can see it's at the center. Now let's design the box. Min height, let's say 300 pixel, and the background color is going to be white. And let's use the border radius of 20%. Let's use pixel. Cool. Now we have H3. If you want this to be at the center, again you can use display flex, just copy paste the same thing. Instead we have to use flex direction column. So if I refresh, so this is at the center, and we'll use the align item flex start so that it sticks on the left hand side. So close enough. Let's add the padding left of 15 pixel, 25 pixel. Cool. Now let's design the section. We'll use the inspect just to save time so that we can see. So right now you can see the responsive is gone. We'll work on the responsiveness. First we'll work on the desktop. For H3, let the color be gray and font size 10 pixel. Cool. Letter spacing 10 pixel. Almost there. We'll use the same thing for the H3. Then we'll work on H4. Actually it's H2. We just need a margin bottom of 10 pixel. And for paragraph, color gray, margin bottom 10 pixel, and the gray should be even transparent. Now let's work on the button. This button is going to have the background color of yellow. Padding 10 pixel on all sides. Remove the border and remove the outline, and border radius 10 pixel, and font size, let me make this 15 pixel. And let's make the font weight bold, let's say 700. So that seems alright. Let's place this. We need some space. Let me make the H, we have used border bottom. Let me make this 15. And we need a line height as well for the H2. Line height, let's say 14 pixel is the normal. Let me make this 15, 24, 32. 32 seems okay. Then we'll use the same 15 pixel for the paragraph. We need padding top and bottom top and bottom be 15, left and right be 10 pixel. We need padding right for the padding right, let's say 20 pixel. Cool. Use the font weight, let's say 500. 500 is normal. We don't need this anymore. Let's make the H2 font weight 600. Font weight won't work because we have just added the Roboto. Let me increase the box height. Yeah, box here, let me make this 400, or make this 350. Yeah, 350 is okay. Let me make the margin bottom as 18 pixel. Save it. Cool. Alright, now let's, so this is for desktop. If I get into the mobile screen, this is how it looks. So what can be done? So as we do for the, let's first design for the mobile. So this is the concept called mobile first. So let me make this display none for mobile. So now we are designing for mobile, and this is going to be 100%. So if I refresh, and we have modified these two, and let me decrease the padding, let's say 20. Refresh, let's say 10. Alright, so this is for mobile. Now let's work on the tablet. @media. So if you search Bootstrap breakpoint, let's get into the W3 School, which has some clear concepts. So we are not going to write media query for mobile because, as I said, it is going to be mobile first. So these are the screen sizes. So this is for normal phones, we don't need this. This is for tablet. So we will make use of these two only. So for tablet, we just need to get the three thing which we have modified. We'll use this for the tablet. Let this be display none. So I think display none would be issue. Instead of display none, what we can make this, so let it be display none for tablet as well, but for desktop we have to make this, remove the display none and make this 40% and make the padding as 50. Now if I refresh and show you, this is for mobile. So let's get into the screen size about 992. So let's say 1000. Refresh this. So the problem is at the center. Let me see why. We have row 40, 60, display none. So we have to remove the display none. We'll make this display block here. Refresh. Now you can see this is for the desktop. So if I get below 768 pixel, let's say 700 pixel, it is taking the full width. So this seems to be okay, but when it reaches above 768, let's say 800, this doesn't look well. So instead of that, we'll make this block and we'll make this 20% and we'll make this as 80. So let me refresh. So that's looking good. Let me increase the width of the left column and decrease the width of the right column. Let's say 70 for the for tablet. So now you have learned the 3 breakpoint. First one below 768. So below 768 it would be full width. Once it reaches above 768, the first one would be 70%, the second one would be 30%. So once it reaches above 992, let's say 1000, it is going to be 40 and this is going to be 60. So I hope the concept is clear. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening.